What's up, guys? I'm on my way to work. I've got a little bit of time. I want to talk about waking up early. I was thinking about this morning at the gym, and I just got some thoughts, and I like documenting them. I like sharing them. Hopefully they can help someone who might be struggling with this or who wants to start waking up early. So it's 8:13 right now. I've been up for about 4 hours already and have gotten a lot done before I even go to work. I work at 8:30, and my schedule right now, I think my schedule and everything that I do right now would not work if I didn't wake up at 4. So I want to kind of talk about that and talk about the benefits of waking up early. You don't have to wake up early. It definitely helps. It helps me a lot. I love it. And talk about some things you can do to help yourself wake up early, things that I've kind of experienced this last year with my schedule. So I wake up at 4 a.m. I never would have thought that I would enjoy waking up at 4 a.m. I did not think that that was possible, that was even possible. I remember when I was younger, my dad used to wake up at around 4, I think, to go to work. And I just thought that was crazy. That was so early to me. 4 a.m. seems so early. I couldn't fathom actually getting up at 4 a.m. and, consistently and doing anything, much less actually do it and enjoy it. So 2019 started, and basically my progress, my journey with waking up early, I just got a couple tips about what you can do to start waking up early. And again, these are just things that I've done that I still do that really, really help me to wake up early. The first thing that I want to talk about is kind of the strategy behind waking up early. Now, there are some people out there who just have tremendous willpower. Their power of will is just insane, and they're able to just force themselves to wake up day in and day out with really no reinforcement, no schedule, nothing like that. Just, I am gonna do this, so I'm gonna make myself do this. A lot of the time that can come in the form of you have work that morning and you just have to wake up. You're going to be late to work if you don't wake up. Although that works, and although that is good that it works for some people to do that, it's not very sustainable when you don't have to wake up for work. When you don't have anything making you wake up in the morning, it's not very sustainable. It's not very likely that you're gonna wake up if you don't have something like a job forcing you to get up every morning at that time. Not only that, but when you're being forced to wake up in the morning, you're not practicing your own skills of self-management. You're being forced to do it. You're not choosing to do it on your own. You either do that, or maybe you get fired, or you get in trouble. So you're not practicing skills of self-reliance in waking up in the morning. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the importance of finding something that you can enjoy doing right when you wake up. For me, it's going to the gym. I love going to the gym. So when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing that I do. And it reinforces waking up in the morning because I love doing that. Waking up in the morning is not an unpleasant experience because I'm waking up to go do something that I love. When we're getting up to go do something exciting, it's pretty easy. If we're waking up to go on a vacation, to go have fun, to go, camping, to go whatever you're planning on doing, if you're waking up to go have fun and do that thing, it's pretty easy. I'm sure we've all been in those scenarios where we've woken up like right away in the morning to go do something. It might be 1 or 2 or 3 days out of the month, or maybe the year if we have a vacation planned, but we do it. We wake up immediately and go do that thing. So try and find something that you enjoy doing. It's important to reinforce those positive feelings it's important to reinforce waking up in the morning with positive feelings so that you're not loathing the day. You're not abhorring waking up in the morning because of something that horrible is going to happen. And in this regard, I suggest if you do work in the morning, do your best to try to wake up before you work and do something that you enjoy. Now, if you work at 5 a.m., then obviously, unless you're willing to wake up at 3 a.m., there's not gonna be too many things available to you to do that you enjoy. But there are things. You know yourself better than anybody, so try to find something that you can do that you'll enjoy. Whether that is just enjoying the peace and quiet in the morning. If you wake up and just take a couple minutes to just take in the peacefulness and the serenity of those morning hours, do that. Maybe it's taking a bath, so you love like a nice warm bath or a nice warm shower that feels really good, especially maybe in the colder months, where you can reinforce waking up in the morning because you're looking forward to taking that nice warm shower, that nice warm bath, reinforcing with positive feelings and positive experiences waking up in the morning so that your mind associates waking up with positive things. For me, it's going to the gym. That's when I go to the gym in the morning. That's my lifestyle. That's what I want to do for a career. And so working out and going to the gym, that's my reinforcer that I do in the morning. The other thing that I've done that's really helped me is create a scenario in the morning where you have the least amount, the smallest checklist possible. And what I mean by that is, if you have morning responsibilities, don't wait until the morning to do them. Do as many things as you can the night before, so that when you wake up in the morning, all you have to do is wake up, put clothes on, or not, and go participate in the activity that you're waking up to do. Like I said, whether that's the bath, whether that's just taking in the morning hours or going to the gym, set it up so that that's all you have to do when you wake up in the morning. What that does is that helps not be overloaded with things that you have to do. If you have this major checklist each and every morning that you have to do, that you don't enjoy doing, that's gonna make it that much harder to wake up in the morning when the alarm actually goes off. You start thinking about all these things that you have to do. That's gonna make it really difficult for you to wake up. So what I do is I lay my clothes out the night before. I try to make my meals if I can the night before. I've set it up in a way that my breakfast and my food that I prepare for the day, I do after the gym. So that's not the first thing that I'm doing. I get all my gym ready, my equipment ready. I get what I'm doing in the gym that day written down into my notebook before I go to bed, so I don't have to hop on the computer and do that before I go. I get my pre-workout mixed and ready to go in my gym bag. So all I have to do when I wake up in the morning is literally wake up, put my feet down on the ground, my clothes are right there, I get dressed right away. It's cold here right now, so I set out warm clothes that I can immediately get bundled and warm in. I walk out, I brush my teeth, I put on deodorant, I grab my gym bag, and then I go. So I'm able to get up and out of the house to the gym within 10 or 15 minutes on my way to go do something that I love. And I love the drive to the gym and I love working out. So immediately after waking up, I'm reinforcing those early morning hours with positive things. I love that time of the day. It's one of my favorite times of the day, to be honest. So create a scenario where you can easily wake up in the morning and there are not things standing in your way to do that. It will make actually waking up and getting out of bed much easier. The other thing that I want to talk about is just starting small and gaining momentum. So I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning, but I started practicing, and it is a skill. If you don't think it's a skill, try it. You'll realize how it can be difficult to do, and you get better at doing it the longer you do it. I started practicing waking up early like the end of 2018, 2019 on my own. I've woken up early my whole life, but it's always been for school, it's always been for a job, it's been for whatever it's been for, it's always been that. And because of that, whenever I didn't have to wake up early, I wouldn't. So I never practiced the skill of doing it on my own. I started, beginning of 2019, started waking up early, but I didn't just go to 4 a.m. right away. I had to start at 7:30. Sometimes it was 8. When 8 was early for me, sometimes it was waking up at 8, but making sure that I got up at 8 and started doing things, being productive. Then it was 7:30, then it was 7. And I remember this. I remember feeling, okay, 7:30 is I'm consistently waking up at 7:30. Doesn't really feel early anymore. I'll push myself. Let's do 7. Let's do 6:30, 6. I started practicing in a way that allowed me to practice the skill of waking up early. That continued to get to the point where I was able to reinforce it well enough and do something that I enjoyed in the morning, reinforcing it in a way that I am motivated and capable of waking up at 4 a.m. day after day. And I do that every day of the week. Sometimes I'll do it on Saturdays if I want to get to the gym early. I'll typically sleep until maybe 6 or 6:30 on Saturdays, which I don't feel is a bad thing. You may have your own opinion, but gaining momentum and practicing the skill of waking up early. It is a skill, it is a habit, it takes practice, and it requires mastery. And I'm not a master, but I'm saying the progression for doing this is the same as any other skill that you're trying to get good at doing. The last thing that I want to talk about is just, at some point, it comes down to just basic discipline. It's not going to be perfect every morning. Not every single morning you're going to feel like springing out of bed. Just basic discipline and willpower in being willing to stick to a goal that you've set, and being patient enough to know that if you're trying to establish patterns and skills and habits, it's not going to be perfect in the beginning. So you're going to have to essentially make yourself do it. Like I said, follow these guidelines and these rules that can help reduce the possibility of you waking up and just not wanting to get out of bed, like reinforcing, like creating less things that you have to do in the morning, and practicing the skill. Don't start too crazy. Those things can help you get better at doing it, but there will be days where you just have to kind of rely on your own discipline, your own self-discipline to get out of bed and to do that. There is a really interesting concept that I think you should guys look at. Mel Robbins, she's an author and a motivational speaker. She talks about something called the 5-second rule. Basically what she explains in the 5-second rule is that our brains are designed to help us avoid discomfort, to help us avoid harm. If there's something that we don't want to do, our brains are designed to help us avoid those things to keep us safe. It does this with things that aren't necessarily dangerous to us, like doing things we don't want to do, doing things that are uncomfortable. Our brains will talk us out of doing things like that. And she cites and basically says the research, they found out that 5 seconds, most people's brains will talk them out of doing something within 5 seconds. You know, you think about doing it and you're like, well, I don't really want to do that. You start justifying. 5 seconds goes by and there's a much higher chance your brain's going to talk you out of doing that thing. So that being said, when you wake up in the morning, when you actually open your eyes and your alarm clock goes off, don't lay there, don't think, just act, just do. Don't lay there and think about if you're gonna wake up in the morning. Just get up. No matter how tired you are, force yourself through those first 2-3 seconds of actually waking up and getting out of bed, and it becomes exponentially easier the longer you're awake and the more things you begin to do, and it becomes so much easier. With those first 5 seconds are crucial. So don't think, just do it, and it becomes easier. Now, there are only few, really, every so often those are, you know, I have days like that where I don't want to wake up and I just have to force myself to do it. I've gotten to a point now where I really look forward to waking up in the morning because I'm looking forward to going to the gym. And because of that, it's allowed me to enjoy getting up in the morning. So I don't often sit there and just wish I didn't have to wake up, because I want to wake up. I want to go to the gym. So don't think, just act. These 4 things have made all the difference for me in waking up early. If you don't want to wake up early, you don't think you need to, you don't think it's important, that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. But it's, like I said, it's 8:30 right now. I've been awake for about 4.5 hours already, where a lot of people have just woken up maybe a half an hour ago. And I've been able to get a lot done that is important to me in the day before I've even gone to work. That helps me have independence. That helps me feel independent because I'm not being forced to wake up by my job, and I'm able to do what I love before I go to work. So I prioritize me and what I want to do before I go to my day job. I am doing what I love first, and that's made all the difference for me. I feel great, and it's part of the seeds of success that we want to start sowing for ourselves for future events and things like that. Basic discipline, basic time management, it's made all the difference for me. So I hope these help you guys. Leave comments down below if this helped you. If you have experienced this, or if you have any other tips or suggestions, whatever you might be struggling with, hit me in the comment box down below, and I'll do my best to answer some of them. So love you guys. Thanks for listening. Much love. Talk to you later.